Payday, payday. You want payday? I know that. Payday, payday. Payday, payday.
Hey yo, top 5 dead or alive, and that's just off one LP. Shakur Stevenson drops his top 5 boxers list. I want to talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let me jump right into it. Shakur Stevenson rates himself number 1. And, you know, some people will feel a type of way like, hey, why you include yourself on that list? But I'm not mad at him because I'm the best boxing channel in YouTube. You're supposed to feel good about yourself and your future and your potential. So I'm not mad at that. Shakur rates himself number 1. In at number 2 is his boy and, you know, one of his mentors. Number 2 is Terence Bud Crawford. In at number 3, somebody he knows very well from the amateurs, JARON Boots Ennis, who I've told you on my channel I'm very high up on. I like Boots. I like his potential. Number 4, he has Canelo. I was born right. Payday. You want payday. I know that. And then he has a tie at number 5 between Gervonta Davis and ERROL Spence Jr. Hey, man, damn, stop that cat. Want to know what you guys think of this list. Once again, in at number 1, Shakur Stevenson, Terence Crawford, number 2, JARON Ennis, number 3, Canelo Payday at number 4. And a tie for number 5 is Tank Davis and ERROL Spence. These are Shakur Stevenson's fighters. Now, just quickly, I want to see what some of the fans are saying because I haven't really looked through it. Here's what they think about you. Canelo at number 4, what the F? He not even top 5. Gotta respect Canelo till he go down for real. This is a major L. Also, people is hating on the list. Pretty good list for the 1st of April in a couple of days. So he's saying it's April Fool's joke. This is why you don't do drugs, kids. Clown. Oh, they angry in the comment section. This fool really put Canelo at 4 ahead of Bud and ahead of Bud. But the thing is, that's not that shocking. There's a lot of people that have Bud Crawford ahead of Canelo. Listen, this is the thing that gets very complex. Pound for pound, keep in mind, all this stuff is subjective. You know, it's like some people look at a painting on the wall and they say, oh, that's art. But to the next person, that could just look like some colors slopped together. You know what I mean? So you have to understand what's good to you is not good for everybody else. So the pound for pound list is a perfect example. Like I use Yelp all the time, especially if I'm in a new city and I want something to eat. And most of the time it's reliable. But there's even in my own city, there's times where you look at Yelp and you look at the reviews and let's say it's a Mexican food spot and somebody's rating it number 5 and saying they have the best tacos, the best burritos, the best tortas, the best horchata, right, in town. And I know that to not be the case. But this person believes this is the best Mexican restaurant in the city. You know what I mean? So all this stuff is subjective. That's why me personally, I don't really even get into the pound for pound list. I know who's a great fighter. And, you know, you just be battling with a bunch of motherfuckers nonstop trying to explain your list, especially if your list is this black. Let's just call it what it is. When you have this many black fighters on your list, you will guarantee get a lot of hate and a lot of people who are questioning your list. Even though, to be honest, it's not a bad list. Like, I mean, you could look at, these are all talented fighters. That's what I'm saying. Now, some people would say Canelo's number 1. Some people say ERROL's number 1. Some people might even think Tank number 1, right? JARON Ennis, he's well on his way to, you know, becoming a young legend, blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the day, you know, people can nitpick and say whatever they want and say, oh, why did Shakur do this? Boots and Bud over Canelo. Man, people are angry at this list. He literally did an interview a week ago saying Canelo is number 1. There is still time to delete this. This is so wrong. Anyone that doesn't have Ennis number 1 is a clown. I mean, see, somebody's saying put Ennis number 1 and he hasn't had the resume of the other guys on the list. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Of course, he puts himself first, shaking my head. See, this is low confidence individuals. Why wouldn't you put yourself ahead? Like, I know I'm the best. I don't care what people say, what other people say. I know I'm the best. Can't nobody do what I do. Can't nobody do what I do for as long as I've done and do it in the manner that I do it. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you're supposed to be confident. I mean, did Kobe Bryant teach y'all nothing? You're supposed to have that killer instinct, that Mamba mentality. You know what I mean? Look, somebody said this is a blacklist. I told you. And I ain't even previewed the comments. This is all freestyle. All my videos are freestyle because I'm the best. I could do it. I'm one take Jake. He literally said accolades aside. Let me read what the caption says. Shakur Stevenson gave Mark Kriegel his list of top 5 fighters in the world right now. And the funny thing is all this stuff, like I said, is subjective, because you have some people that say, oh, you don't box, so you can't have an opinion on boxing. But this is an actual boxer who's actually good, who has a great fight coming with Oscar Valdez, and then people still ain't respecting his opinion. So, you know, the boxing game is crazy. What can I say? Some people say, oh, you don't box. It don't matter what you're saying. But then Shakur Stevenson is a quality boxer, a U.S. Olympian. He medaled, got a silver medal, and he's putting his honest opinion on wax with his company, ESPN, in a recent interview. And then people still ain't respecting that and saying like, oh, your list is horrible, or why did you put so much darkness, everybody? Still not ready for the GOAT. Oh, okay, there must be some ping pong stuff. Listen, Shakur Stevenson, Valdez, amazing fight. He says, count your days, Oscar. I'm really looking forward to it. Nonetheless, Shakur Stevenson is a talented fighter. You guys can argue in the comment section. Let me know who you think is number one. I mean, the other thing with boxing too is what makes the pound for pound list so hard to gauge is this is no longer the era where it's just like a Floyd Mayweather and you have a clear cut winner. Some people, I'm just keeping it real. Some people won't put Canelo on the pound for pound list because he failed a drug test. He failed a PED test with clenbuterol, despite whatever he said or why and how it got there and ate the meat and tainted meat and all that. Despite all that, some people can't overlook that. That's a reality. Floyd Mayweather never failed no VADA test. Shakur, Terence, Crawford, ERROL, Spence, the other people, JARON. I mean, we'll see what everybody's future holds, but so far so good. To this point of me recording this video, nobody else failed a test. The only person, Canelo is actually lucky that people even view him as a pound for pound fighter, with that being considered. Because I mean, what Gerald Big Baby Miller, he said he didn't do it. He's a black fighter. He said he didn't do it and he failed a test. So everybody reamed him for it. Everybody said, nah, you did that. You intentionally was on that stuff. You know, it doesn't matter if it's on 1 drugs or 10, you know what I mean? The bottom line is you failed a test, which went against the rules. It was a banned substance. So how can we take in one person's rationale or reason for having this in their system, but we can't do that for other people? I mean, this is where the game gets really tricky. Man, keep your eyes on the prize, because the game get tricky. The ride get tricky. They got some people on Real Time, they say they're your friends, but in real life, they eyes on your money. So, you know, shout out to Shakur Stevenson. We'll see what it is when it comes to the Valdez fight. If you guys love boxing, subscribe to the channel. I looked at my YouTube analytics. The last 30 days, 50% of you watch my content, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. The other 50%, I don't know about y'all. You didn't hit the subscribe button. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't know the importance. Maybe YouTube unsubscribed you. You guys got to check to see if you're subscribed. Check right now. This is your reminder. If you're not subscribed, pay attention, because there's a lot of boxing, especially the month of April, and I'm going to be working my tail off to get this out. Saturday, April 30th, Shakur Stevenson, Valdez, Unified Junior Lightweight. Man, I promise you, 2 kings, 1 crown. Let's go. Let me know what you guys think of Shakur Stevenson and his list. Is it a black list and all this other stuff that I just read in the comment section? Do you agree with it? Do you have Canelo on your list? These are all questions that I want to know from you, the fans. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.